and something that I've really been wanting to talk about for a while. I promise you, your life is so much easier if you have. Your problem does not have to do with motivation. Your problem is that Hey guys, if you're new here, my name's Leah and I've gone from this to this, losing 140 pounds, and I'm constantly on that gym grind, on that gym journey. Probably the question you guys ask me the most is, how did you possibly stay motivated throughout your journey? Especially because it took me a while, which we'll also get into. So I gotta run. Well, let's go grab some matcha and then we'll chat a little bit about kind of the systems that I set up to make doing the hard things easier, a lot easier. All right, I have my matcha. I found a little corner to sit in, and the first thing I'm going to do is actually put together everything that I need to get done. In general, what I like to do is just like jot down every single task, and I'll mark the effort level and the priority level so that I can sort by that. So like if I needed to do laundry because I have no clothes left, like that might be low effort, maybe mid effort because I hate putting laundry away, but it'd be high priority. And then I can kind of figure out the balance of like doing those things that are high priority. And yeah, I like to kind of think about my effort as like an HP bar in a video game, like my effort level. Like there's a certain amount of effort I can put in a day without being burned out. And then I try to kind of, figure out what tasks I can fit in there. And then also, if I'm really feeling lazy, I can look at this list and be like, okay, but I can probably do this low effort task. Like I can probably do a 10-minute clean up my room or something like that. So I'm gonna just jot down everything. Okay, I figured I'd talk to you guys a little bit before inevitably someone walks in here. I get embarrassed, but figured we could chat a little bit while I do my warm up. Today I'm hitting glutes. But one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the fact that while I was not doing well, the one thing I was consistent with was actually the gym. And I think a lot of you guys are gonna be like, what? Like, how is that even possible? I feel like maybe a couple years ago, that would have been the first thing to fall off for me, would have been actually showing up and going to the gym. But I think one thing that has become very important for me is this idea of setting your minimum. What is the minimum effort version of your day? For me, that was literally just getting to the gym. Like if I could at least get to the gym, I would feel like I accomplished something. It became the one thing, the one commitment that I could get myself to do. But keep in mind, I've been going to the gym for around 3 years now. This is a habit that I've developed. For you, it might be, taking a shower, doing your makeup. It might be cooking one meal, something like that. But I find defining your minimum, what's the minimum day where, it might not be a good day, it might be a bad day, but at least it wouldn't feel like a complete wash. Like going to the gym made me feel like even though I was having a really tough time, at least I took some time out of my day to do one productive thing for myself. Another thing for me was that during this time period, like I was not focused on making sure I had the best workout. Like that was just impossible. Like I was not going to be having the best workouts of my life. I definitely had some great workouts once I kind of got myself to the gym, but my main focus was honestly showing up to the gym and then just going through the motions of the workout. And that's why if you don't have a program that you're following, like I promise you, your life is so much easier if you have just a consistent routine that you're doing. Even if it's boring, you're doing the same things all the time. Like in moments like that, being able to just go through the motions is honestly extremely helpful because it can just be this mindless thing. I would throw on a YouTube video, a podcast, some true crime, like whatever, and just go through the motions of my workout and get out. And usually by the time I showed up, like I would actually be interested in doing the workout. And that's also the other thing, is that I made it as easy as possible for myself to show up to the gym. So I would lay out my gym outfit the night before. I would pack my gym bag the night before, like do everything in advance. So in that moment where it feels so tough to get yourself to go, you really have no excuse. You have to put in minimal effort to actually do it. Me like running out of breath just during my warm up. These are always so tough. Like I swear to God, I'm getting better, but when I watch Jessica Bickling do these, she makes them look so effortless. And that's why she got glutes that I don't got. And then, another part of this idea of just like staying motivated is just consistently reminding yourself about your goal. This gets, in my opinion, easier the further along in your journey you are. Like the more progress that you've made, the easier it is, like for me, especially like even like a couple months in, even say like 6 months in, so much easier to stay motivated when I can look back at my progress where I was 6 months ago and be like, oh my gosh, like I got to keep this up because look at what happens. Look at the difference. This is me in 6 months. Imagine me in a year. And I still think that now, like obviously I've made quite a bit of progress, but even now, like I really like where my physique is at. And I'm like, man, like just imagine how nuts I'm going to look in a year. Like, look how far I've come. Look what I've been able to accomplish. Like, imagine what I'm going to look like in a year. But in the beginning, beginning, you don't have that progress to lean on. So obviously, you know, you can look at people like your girl and see their progress and kind of like imagine like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it. But also I think it's important to focus, especially with the gym, on, you know, the mental benefits of going. Like I always feel so much better. I can tell when I go to the gym. Even though when I take a rest day, like sometimes I can just tell like mentally I'm just not doing as good. And so I also like to focus like beyond the physical changes because those take a lot of time. But the mental changes for me are pretty immediate. Like I've never gone to the gym and felt bad afterwards. Like I've always felt really good about going to the gym. Felt good that I accomplished something, felt good in my body. I felt like my mood got a boost. So just that's another thing I try to think of. Like I've never regretted going to the gym. And therefore like I'm gonna push myself to go. I really don't want to go, but I've never been like, oh, I shouldn't have went, you know? It's just never a thought I've had. Hopefully like me talking during this isn't like the most awkward thing in the world. Like super out of breath. My mic's bouncing all over the place. Hopefully it's fine. Okay, maybe you're like, Leah, my minimum effort cannot be an entire workout. Like, okay, maybe you go up to the gym and you stretch. Maybe you go to the gym and you do one exercise, but like commit to doing the smallest amount possible. Like that's why I say like setting your minimum effort is so important. A lot of the times you'll want to go beyond your minimum effort, but just give yourself like, this is the bare minimum that I will do, that I'll be happy, because what do we always say on this channel? Something is better than nothing. Don't get into this all or nothing mindset where if you don't do everything, you're a failure. Something is always better than doing nothing at all. So pick your something, pick your minimum and go from there. The more you're doing this stuff and the more you're showing up at that minimum on those days where you didn't want to show up at all, the more your minimum capacity can increase. And then maybe you'll be like me and your minimum is going to the gym and hitting a full workout. But I definitely didn't start there. So don't compare your day one to my like, 365 days in a year, 365 times 3. Now, probably day 1000. I'm not doing all that math right now. All right, I've finished my warm up. Let's go hit glutes.
And there's gotta be a reason that you're speaking to me. And there's gotta be a reason that you're looking at me. I wish it wasn't in my nature, but I've got needs. I wish I liked another flavor, but when you're cool, you know I can't resist. I knew it was a proper mission, but you stir my blood. I knew there's gotta be a mission, but I got needs. I knew you was a proper mission. Now grab my hand and pull me. I knew you was a proper mission, and you never say please. I knew you was a proper mission. Never nothing but the truth. I knew you was a mission.
If you guys have been loving the outfits that I'm wearing in this video, like I have, I got them all from Halara. I absolutely love Halara and they sent me so many fun pieces. So I want to show you 2 of my favorite things that I have been wearing lately. So first is this cute little set. This is the yoga cami top and tennis skirt. I think the top is so cute. It's got this like beautiful like crisscross detail on the back. I feel like it just like really makes my back look so nice. And I also love the cut of it at the waist. And then also the skirt is so nice too, because it has a crisscross waistband, which is always super flattering. And I just feel like makes my waist look even tinier, which we love. And I just love that with both of these pieces, they look very cute. I can wear them to the gym. I can wear them in running errands, but I'm gonna feel nice and comfortable either way. And speaking of really cute, I have another thing to show you. This is the Softly Zero activewear dress. And let me tell you guys, the fabric on this is like unreal. It's made with ultra fine microfibers. So each fiber is 1/10 the thickness of human hair. And that's how it gets this super nice soft texture. It's just buttery soft. It honestly like feels barely like I'm wearing anything. Like it's just that comfortable. It also has low pressure stretch, a 4-way stretch that I feel like snatches me in, but doesn't like grip me or restrict me. It's not like this super compressive, uncomfortable thing, just enough to give like a really nice snatched waist. I want to take you guys outside to talk a little bit more about this dress too, because as someone that's constantly walking around all of the time in the city, like it's just so nice to have something that's soft. And on top of that, having shorts built in just like really helps with like no chafing. So I just feel like this is something I can walk around in all day. I can hit the gym. I literally like did my leg day warm up and hit legs in this the other day. Like it's honestly so comfortable, but it has pockets here and it's just so nice because especially when you're walking around, like I don't want to be carrying a purse and all of that stuff all of the time. So I can just slip my phone in there, walk to the gym, run errands and be wearing a dress and looking cute doing it. Both of these looks and anything else I'm wearing from Halara will be linked in the description so you can check them out for yourself. And thanks to Halara for sponsoring this week's video. All right. right, we made it home. You guys saw, but I got myself a little matcha. I was like literally looking forward to it before I even started my workout, which is another thing I kind of wanted to say. Like, I really like getting a reward for yourself after hitting a workout. I used to, when I did rock climbing with Irie, it used to be next to this bubble tea place that I loved. And so anytime we'd go rock climbing, I'd get a little bubble tea. That being said though, make sure that your reward isn't 1,000 calories, guys. Like, I think this is like 220 calories. It fits into my macros for the day. When I get a coffee, it's like less, but you know, like try to find something, you know, you can do for yourself. You don't always have to be like buying yourself something necessarily, but even if it's just something at home, like if you hit a workout, you get to have this snack or something like that, like just a little treat. Don't take it overboard, all right? Everything in moderation. Like, don't be getting a freaking unicorn frappuccino that's 20 bajillion calories and a slice of Oreo extreme cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory, right? Like, those things are not. But like, you can get yourself like a little coffee or a matcha. Like, I just think that's so like nice and fun and something to look forward to. But I have some more filming to do for another video, and I have to do laundry still. Someone was doing laundry when I got back, getting groceries delivered, some other stuff. So I'm gonna get settled, and then I'm gonna talk to you guys. I have some really important thoughts that I wanna share about staying motivated and staying consistent that we haven't really gotten to yet, but I feel like they're essential and something that I've really been wanting to talk about for a while. Let me do some of that and we'll chat more. Okay, actually this is a low-key good timing because my Amazon Fresh order just got here, and I actually ended up placing that while I was doing work at the gym because I was going to stop by the supermarket on the way home, and I just thought about spending time doing that. And I hate going to the specific supermarket I have to go to. I just really don't like doing it. I need to go. I couldn't go to Trader Joe's or something. I needed like to get more general groceries that Trader Joe's doesn't have. Anyways, I am a huge user of Amazon Fresh and Instacart. And I think that these are expenses that Amazon Fresh, it's like a monthly fee versus Instacart. I know they upcharge on stuff, but I will say, like, I try not to get hung up on that side of the financials because like what's more expensive is me Uber Eating and it costing $100. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather pay the small fee for Amazon Fresh or Instacart delivery and get groceries for a week, 2 weeks, than I would actually let myself Uber Eat something. And so sometimes if I want to save time, that's what I'm going to do. I also find that some stuff is just cheaper on Amazon. So I kind of go that method. So anyways, that's another thing. We kind of talked about this in one of the earlier videos, but making things as easy as possible. Like, I'm not going to punish myself for ordering groceries to be delivered if it's going to make it easier for me to stay on top of my meal prep, make it easier for me to stay on top of my macros, and make it harder for me to Uber Eats because I actually have things that I can reach for. So I'm going to unpack that. The fridge is not aesthetic right now. I just need to clean it. So don't judge, don't judge. Oh my God, there's so much just garbage in here. I'm like, how many green onions are in here? 20 bajillion green onions. All expired, of course. All right, it's been a little bit. I've done the laundry. I had my dinner, and I really wanted to talk to you guys. Basically, I just want to give you some hard truths about staying motivated and getting stuff done because I have a lot to say on this topic, and I haven't really felt like I've been able to articulate it the way that I want to. So hopefully I'm about to do a good job. But I get asked all of the time, like, Leah, like, how do you stay motivated? Or I wish I was motivated like you. If only I had that drive that you have. And I'm not offended by it because I totally understand like where you're coming from. I understand what those comments are saying. But I think that there's a big disconnect in that I don't rely on motivation. Like, that is just not something that happens in my life. Like, I mentioned that I was having a really hard time mentally. Keep that I missed 2 weeks of uploads. Sorry about that, guys. But I was doing really bad, and I went to the gym still almost every day. And that's not because of motivation. I put in a lot of work to make it something that was just a part of who I am. And also, like, I pushed past those feelings of discomfort. I push past the feeling of not feeling like it every day, all of the time. I think that we love the idea of motivation because it sounds like it's just this easy thing that is solved and that other people are doing better than you because they're more motivated. Oh, if only I could just feel motivation. If only I would just be blessed with motivation, then I would do all the things. But the truth is, I wasn't motivated at the start of my journey. Like, of course, I wanted to change my life for the better. I wasn't motivated to go to the gym. Like, you have to be able to do stuff despite not feeling like doing it. I posted on TikTok about how, like, don't ask me like what to do if you don't want to go to the gym because like the answer is go to the gym. And some people were like, well, not everyone can go to the gym. Like, whatever. I'm not gonna play whataboutisms with you guys. You guys know exactly what the freak I mean when I say, if you don't wanna go to the gym, go to the gym. Some of you guys are looking for constant excuses, constant reasons to why you can't do something. And that is your problem. Your problem does not have to do with motivation. Your problem is that you're refusing to look at yourself in the mirror and admit to yourself that you're not putting in the work necessary for change. If you don't feel like going to the gym, you go. There are definitely limiting factors. I don't know what your limiting factors are. Like, let's not bean soup the hell out of this. Like, let's just you be honest with yourself about what are absolutely things you cannot do, you're not able of doing. But actually, like, look in the mirror and get real with yourself. Are you putting in the work that is necessary to get to where you want to be? I am willing to push past discomfort, to push past not wanting to go, to push past all of these negative emotions because I want it that bad. Some of you guys aren't willing to do hard things. Tracking your food seems annoying. Going to the gym seems annoying. Like, what's annoying to having the life of your dreams? Like, I'll do annoying all day if it means that I get where I want to go in life. I am not limited by things that I don't want to do. I'm not limited by things that make me uncomfortable. If that's what I need to do to get to where I want to be, I'm gonna get it done. I'm sure a lot of you guys are also doing great things. And that's why I say, like, it's important to not have this all or nothing mindset. It's better you do something than nothing. But it's also important that we give ourselves a real hard look and understand, are we actually putting in the work necessary? A lot of you guys want a high effort body. Like, if you look at me, which, like, the fact that any of you guys can say body goals about me, I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Like, such a compliment. But if you look at my body and you say, I want that, but you're not willing to train, what, like 5 days a week, count your calories, like, you don't want that body. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, my body comes at the price of consistent strength training, tracking my food, developing extremely good habits with how I eat. It's not like food is this constant, like, source of pain or anything, or that my workouts are annoying. Like, I honestly genuinely love doing it, but you have to get to the point where you're consistent doing that. You think I loved going to the gym in the beginning when I didn't know anything? You think I loved tracking my food when I barely knew anything about nutrition? Of course not. But I was willing to put in the work because I believed that one day I would get to the point where I became the girl that went to the gym effortlessly, that tracked your food effortlessly, and that I would get that body. But you cannot have this body with no effort. Like, I get so frustrated sometimes because I really, like, believe so many of you are limited by your own beliefs, are limited by your own negative thinking. I see so much potential, and I am just so grateful to be able to chat with you and help you through this journey, because I really wish that I had discovered content like this when I was starting out. I really think it would have helped me. I don't want you to take this, like, tough love segment as me being mean, because it's not mean. It's just really sometimes things that you need to hear. And sometimes we need to ask ourselves, is she being mean, or do we just not like what we're hearing? All right, like, but all that to say, like, motivation is not this, like, quick little fix that one day you'll be graced with. There's really nothing that easy. And when you say, like, oh, she's so motivated, I wish I could just have her motivation, you actually, like, kind of discount the fact that I actually am actively choosing to do these things every day. I'm actively choosing to do stuff when it's difficult all of the time. It definitely gets easier the more that you do it, the more that you train your brain that we're gonna do it anyways. We're gonna do it anyways. Totally, definitely gonna be easier for me now than it was at the beginning of my journey, but it's not due to motivation. Honestly, it's time for me to wind down. I got some editing I have to do, so I'm gonna leave you guys here. I really, really hope this video was helpful. Please let me know in the comments down below if you have any more questions, if there's anything else I can answer around being motivated. Is there anything that you learned in this video that you think will help you stay consistent with your routine? Let me know. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you know when the next episode of It Girl Training goes live. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.